name's Julie. This is the second intermediate yoga class that I've recorded for the lockdown period. We'll probably try and take it up a little bit each week, so we'll try and get a flow yoga going today. As usual, if you could have a block with you, or if not a block, a good sized book and a strap of some sort, that would be fantastic. Okay, so we'll start in Tadasana, standing pose. You just like to place your feet directly below your hips, shoulders directly above your hips. Nice natural curve in the spine, chin tucked slightly forwards. Just draw the arms down and away so the shoulders drop, palms open. And perhaps just let the head drop one side then the other. So you're rotating these palms downwards and away. Bring the arms forwards, just give them a stretch. So lovely long shoulders, belly buttons pulled into the spine. I'll show you from the side. And as the inhale, just keep the spine tall as you lift these arms. Exhale, push away through the heels of the hands. We'll do that a couple of times just to get the breath regulated. Inhale, do a nasal in-breath for me. Inhale. Nice and tall in the ribs, core muscles strong. Exhale, push these hands away. Let's do a couple more. Inhale and lift. Exhale. This time we're going to lift. Take a good tall extension up. Just kick the hips out to the right as you take a lateral movement to your left. Inhale, up it comes. And obviously changing onto the other side. And from here, again, I'll just go sideways so you can see where we're going from here. Drawing hands to heart, feet are hip distance apart. We're going to open the chest. This time a little bit of a back bend as the chest lifts, the shoulder blades draw right down and squeeze towards each other. And we're going to soften the knees quite strongly, attach the chest towards thighs, and then just let these arms lift. Just draw the chin towards the chest. You can move this out a little bit, and as you inhale, when you're ready, we're going to take a good strong lift up. So the inhalation lifts you up. Exhalation, hands to heart. Breathe in, open the chest. Let's draw down through the shoulders again before we take the roll down. So chest and thighs connect. Head hangs. So we've got soft knees, thighs and chest connected. Then you might want to just try lifting your hips a little bit more. So you start to feel that down the back of the legs. Take one more breath. And as you inhale, good, deep stretch up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to heart. And we're just going to take the feet a little bit wider so they're perhaps hip distance apart, just a bit wider than hip distance. And take a nice easy twist. And while you're taking this twist, let your arms go. Let your spine move freely. See how it feels. And the breath stays steady and controlled. And we're going to come through to the front of the mat. Give these shoulders a little roll. Let's grab your strap. Okay. Just to move these arms about. If you can just take one arm back, one arm lift. Move this about a little bit. You can take that into a little bit of a twist. And then change sides. Good. So you just get this, pulling one hand away from the other. And we'll take it one side to the other. Twist into the body. Draw these arms down. Just feel some easy movement in the shoulders. Okay. And we're going to take one more each way. Keep it nice and easy. You should feel comfortable. And just before we start, okay, if you get your strap, pop it right underneath the soles of your feet. And take soft knees. and then lift up until you feel that this strap, so you perhaps have a long pull on the strap and a dip into the knees, and then lift tall from that position, and that has the effect of just dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Draw the pelvis forwards, and let's just take ear over shoulder. This strap is just drawing your shoulders down, that's all it's for. Drawing chin to chest, ear over shoulder. Okay, so just turning the chin and the head one way and then the other, nice and easy. Okay. Right, we'll start to take some movement here. Just give these shoulders a little bit of a roll, one way then the other. Maybe the legs can take a little bit of a roll, one way then the other. And you can just kick them out. Okay, it's probably easier for this class if you face me. So your mat's long ways like I am at the moment. And that's just because we'll be moving from side to side. And it's probably a bit easier to watch that way. But I shall go sideways when I need to. Okay, inhale, take a breath. And we're going to dive down, exhale, forward bend, and this forward bend is stronger, so just take soft knees if you need to. A little bit of a back bend, inhale, chest draws back, exhale down. We're just going to do that for a couple of times. Inhale, okay, a little bit of a back bend. Just lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades back, should be comfortable. Exhalation on the way down. Okay, let's try one more. Inhale. Just trying to get some easy movement now. We'll keep this lift. We've got a tall spine. Rotation off to one side. Use the whole torso. Draw it up. Rotation off to the other side. Exhale over. Draw it up. And from here we'll dive down into a forward bend and hold. So maybe just to lengthen these legs a little bit, try bending the knees and then lengthening them out. So the lengthening comes with the in-breath, exhalation bends the knees, inhale, lift them up. Just try tweaking a little bit more length down the back of these legs as you breathe in and lift. And we're going to take one more breath. And we're going to hold in forward bend, Uttanasana. Let the head go. Let the chin draw to chest. We're going to walk the hands a little bit deeper towards the feet. If you're not touching the mat, you can use a block or take hold of the elbows. But just hang here, lift the knees, lift the hips. Find your balance for 2 or 3 breaths. And when you're ready, good. We're just going to step back with one foot and then the other foot, so you can land yourself in a good strong plank position. Okay, so you're drawing the belly button up, pushing these heels away, a little bit of lift through the knees, crown of head comes forward, shoulders draw away from the ears, and try not to sink into your core. Like that. Okay, so you're trying to draw the middle of the body up. We'll just take a couple of breaths here, keep the breath steady as it gets stronger. When you're ready, we'll drop to the knees, extend back into child's pose. And just draw it back a little bit deeper. Your out breath sees a lengthening of the spine. I'm going to take about 3 breaths in your child's pose. Just relax down through the armpits. Draw the chin towards the chest. And this is your rest position. If you get tired, as we go through our flow, do drop down into child's pose. So if you extend your fingers away, roll through the toes. First fingers are parallel. Now this is a great position for your downward facing dog. So your feet are hip distance apart. It gives you the right distance for your body, and you can lift. Just let the head hang and draw the chest through this space. So you've got an option here, a few options. You can drop to the knees if you need to. What we're going to do is try putting a little bit of strength through the arms. So hold your pose, keep it strong. Try lifting this right arm and sliding it down the opposite leg towards the foot. And there we'll hold it 2 or 3 breaths.
And of course you can drop to the knees or bring both hands to the floor. Change sides. Roll it in the other way. Keep the length, keep the strength in your spine. Just playing with moving the strength around. Back into a downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, just drop the head, lengthen the back of the neck, be comfortable here. And we're going to walk the hands. Imagine, just remember where your hands are. They may have made a little imprint in your mat. And we're going to walk back to that space. But first of all, we're walking into forward bend. Take a breath, roll down. And when you're ready, walk it away back to your downward facing dog, or one breath. As you exhale, we'll roll that through a plank, keeping it strong, pushing the heels away. Downward facing dog. Walk it in, forward bend. Okay, do that again. So we walk the hands away. Downward facing dog. Take a breath to lift the hips. Draw the chest to the back of the room. Exhale through a plank position. Inhale, down dog. We're going to lift the right hand, slide it down the opposite leg, peep under the armpit, one breath. Up you come, keep the breath steady, keep your move strong. Down to the other side. Downward facing dog, through a plank again. Really strong. Lift the down facing dog and walk into your forward bend. And here, take a breath. Over the next breath, inhale, lift the hips a little bit more, draw the nose a little bit closer to the knees. And we'll walk away through downward facing dog and hold. Take a plank position. Good. And we're going to keep the left hand connected to the floor and lift into a side plank through this right side. You've got an option to bring this knee down, head in line with spine. Take a rotation through this shoulder. Okay, lift. Draw some strength in, breathe, and when you're ready, coming down, back into a plank position. And as you inhale, the right hand connects, and we're going to draw to the left side, exactly the same. Take a breath. Back we come. Through your plank, through a downward facing dog. Walk the hands into Uttanasana, forward bend. We'll hold here. Little bit deeper in. A little bit deeper. And finally we'll walk it forwards. Through plank. Drop the knees to the floor. And stretch into child's pose. Well done. So the stretch draws back, the hands come down to the side. And we're going to go through a nice traditional flow. So this is your vinyasa flow. But we'll go through the poses one at a time, then start to link them together. So if you draw the hands forwards from here, we'll start from the knees to give you different options. So we're from the knees. Just rock the body backwards and forwards. You might want to take it side to side. Putting the weight through these arms again. Everybody okay? Let's draw back. Forwards we come, and this time as you come forwards, just lift the hips. Open these collarbones so they draw away. Remember that as we're going through the flow. And as you exhale, crown of head comes forwards, and the chest comes down to the floor. The hips follow, and we push the hands down, lift the chest through this space. Into a comfortable back bend, so you shouldn't feel stressed in your back bend, just be comfortable. Let's try it one more time, drawing the elbows down. Inhale on the lift. So your cobra, draw the shoulders away. Just make sure you've got free movement in the head and neck, maybe look back one side than the other. And then transition up into a downward facing dog, so you can do that by keeping the knees to the floor, and then lifting up, or just rolling the toes, lifting your core strength. Down we go. Into a down facing dog. from here, we'll draw through plank. We can take the first option we did, which is knees to the floor. We're going to drop down through chaturanga, so think forwards and away, elbows drawing towards this rib cage, chest drops to the floor, through cobra, downward facing dog. So that's going to be part of our flow. Exhale all the way down from the knees or from your plank, through cobra, downward facing dog. Let's try one more round. All the way down to the floor. Through cobra. This time we'll rest it back again, child's pose. In we go. Slide these hands down, drop the chin to chest, take a breath.
So when you feel comfortable, we're going to come back onto all fours.
Lift through your down dog and just jump or walk the feet forward. So if you bend the knees, look to the space between your hands. You might want to walk, you might want to take a little jump, uncurl, take a stretch up. Let's take a dive down. Exhale, dive. So now you're starting to flow the movement with your breath. Inhale up. Let's take a couple more. Deep exhalation down. Inhale on the lift. Okay. This time as you come down to the floor, nice deep forward bend. Take your time in your forward bend. You might be able to take it a little deeper. And we're going to let the hands slide up to the knees. So through the calf to the knees, halfway up. As you exhale, let's draw it down. So on this downward bend, get a little bit deeper. We'll do that one more time. Inhale on the lift. Exhale on the way down. And we're going to just bend the knees now. Hands are either side of the feet. You can step back into your left foot. Step back into your right foot. Downward facing dog. We're going to walk the hands to the feet. You've already been here. Forward bend. Exhale, take a breath as you start to walk the hands away. Drop through a plank position. In your plank position, left hand connects, right hand lifts. Side plank. Just challenge it to be still. You can drop the left knee to the floor. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. Okay, from your plank position, knees can be down. Chaturanga, so you come forwards and away, elbows drop to the ribs, a bit like a press up. Inhale, lift the chest. Downward facing dog. Soft knees, little bit of energy as you bend the knees and jump into the hands. Let's go. Inhale on the lift. Exhale down. Sliding up to the knees halfway. Inhale, Caesar slide up. Exhale a little bit deeper into your forward bend. Draw the hands to the floor, stepping back through downward facing dog. Exhale through plank. This time we're going to lift back to your down facing dog. We've already been here. Release your right hand, slide it down the opposite leg, just gazing under your left armpit. You can soften the knees, you can bring both hands down. Downward facing dog, change sides. Slide it down. Downward facing dog. So we're going to exhale through plank, through chaturanga down to the floor. Breathing cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Soften the legs, look ahead into this space between your hands. Jump or walk. Inhale, take a stretch. How are you doing? Exhale down. Sliding up to the knees. Breathe in, 3, 2, top of the breath. Exhale a little bit deeper down. We can connect the hands and step or walk back to a downward facing dog. Exhale, plank. Inhale, side plank to the right. One breath, stack it up. Exhale, back down. Changing sides. Exhale back down. Okay. Take your time. Good strong down dog. We're going to draw it up. Be symmetrical. And when you're ready, lifting this right hand, sliding it down the opposite leg, peeping under the armpit. We're ready to lift back into down dog and changing sides. Let's just drop to the knees, stretch away, draw these hands down. 2 or 3 breaths. So if you slide your hands right down now to the bottom of the mat here, take hold of the feet. We're going to get a nice deep stretch across the shoulders because we're doing quite a lot on arms and shoulders here. So holding onto the feet, tucking the chin to chest, and then lift. So you've got this connection to your feet. You might need a strap if your arms don't get that far. So connect onto the feet, tuck the chin to chest, lift the hips, and hold. So as you breathe in, the hips lift a little bit deeper, and I'm hoping that you're feeling a nice deep stretch across your shoulder blades. And from here, let's extend the hands out again. Lift the hips upwards, so you've got your bottom sticking up above your knees. You might need blocks under your hands if you're quite flexible in the spine, or you can just bring your hands straight onto the mat. But you can now just drop the chest. Draw the armpits down towards the floor, draw the chest through this space. So you don't have to use blocks, you can be straight on the mat like that. Just take 2, 3, 4 breaths. Inhale as you lift the hips. Exhale as you sink the chest a little bit deeper. Soften around the face. Just let yourself sink into that pose. And when you're ready, good. Let's just draw the hands up towards you. Lift through a downward facing dog. Jump into the space between your hands. Here we go, this little bit of energy again. As you exhale, jump into this space. Inhale, take a stretch up. Exhale, hands to hearts. Chest opens on the in-breath. Hands draw down, and then again back to where we started. Soften these knees, let the head drop. Just hang down here, tuck the chin to chest. Take a little bit of movement one way then the other. And when you're ready, breathe in, roll all the way up. A little bit of a roll through the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to link all those moves together. Take it as a little bit of a flow. Inhale, exhale, just even lengths of each side of the breath, so you don't feel like you're tensing up. No grimacing, no squeezing the facial muscles. And if you start to feel like you're getting a little bit tense, soften up the motions and then bring a little bit of strength on when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to come to the front of the mat here. Might add a couple of little bits in, so we're going to flow through, then come down into the floor and stretch. So we're going to take 3 dives. Inhale, exhale down. Okay, practice lengthening your breath here. 3, 2, top of the breath. Tall, exhale down. So move with your breath. Let that determine how strong you want to make these postures. Exhale on the way down, or when you're ready. Good. Okay, soft knees. We're going to step back into your right foot so you get a nice easy lunge. And if you can, breathe in, lift the hands. So we're going to lift the chest, sink into the hips and hold. Exhale as you come forwards. Okay, so planting the hands into the floor, dropping into a downward facing dog. As you exhale, we'll roll through plank. Chest draws down to the floor. Through cobra. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, lift this right leg and we're going to plant it between the hands. You might need a little bit of time just to push that into position. Sink into the hips here. Take a breath. And we're going to lift straight up from this foot. So on an in-breath, we're going to come up to vertical. So find your balance. Move it about a little bit. Push this foot into the floor. And as you inhale, take a lift. Don't worry if it's wobbly. See how your balance feels. Just work it from the foot. Then lift the crown of the head up and away. As you exhale, control this pose as you step back. Downward facing dog. Okay, hold your downward facing dog. We're going to go through plank chaturanga all the way down to the floor. Through cobra. Downward facing dog, lifting the left leg, so you're now in three-legged dog. When you're ready, we're going to soften the right knee, plant this left foot forwards between the hands. So it needs a good strong lift. When you're ready, find your balance, don't rush it. When you're ready, exactly the same, breathe in. Ooh, lift. Okay, soften the shoulders, lift the core. 3 deep breaths. Stepping back. Downward facing dog. Fantastic. So a little bit more on this flow now. We're going to lift the right leg. Stack it up and away here. And if you can, take a three-legged dog. So keeping the hips level and even. Down we come through chaturanga. Through cobra. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, plant the foot back between the hands. Give it a little push so you end up with your knee over your ankle here. When you're ready, push the weight down into this foot quite strongly. Take a lift. Be tall. Breathe until you're ready to step that back. Downward facing dog. Child's pose if you need a rest. Okay, when you're ready, let's inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale through plank, take a breath here, level the hips, draw the shoulders away, bring the chest down. Breathe in, cobra. Three-legged dog. As you exhale, good, bring the hands and feet into alignment here. So knee over ankle, you're stepping that through. Push the weight down into this left foot. Inhale. Find your balance. Well done. 3 breaths. Until you're ready to step it back. Hold the control. Draw it back. Your breath steady. In we go. Okay, and finally, draw through plank and just hold. In your plank position, just think about your core. Draw it up towards your spine. So belly button draws towards spine. And we can take a slump like that. So you lose all the strength in your core. You can see what happens to my body. As you breathe in, push these heels away. Let's do one more. Let it slump down. Inhale, take a lift. Push these heels away. Through a downward facing dog. We're going to drop to the knees and stretch. And again, let's take hold of the feet with the hands. So draw these hands down, tuck the chin to the chest, long spine, lift the hips. Stretch these shoulders out there. Core muscles strong and locked on. And from here, we'll walk through all fours, taking the hands forwards, hips lifted, hands on blocks if you need to. Open this outer armpit towards the floor as you sink the chest. So as you inhale, same thing, lift the hips. As you exhale, let the chest drop a little bit deeper. And just finally, we've done quite a lot on shoulders and arms. If you want to just link your hands really softly together, so they look like this from the front, and your elbows here in line with your shoulders. So don't take them wide. Squeeze them in so they're shoulder distance apart, and then practice just dropping your head between your hands here. And we're going to lift into a dolphin pose. So take a look if you've not done it before. Just lengthen your spine, let the head drop. We can roll through the feet and practice lifting the knees off the floor. You can keep the legs soft or the knees down, but ideally we want to walk the feet into a downward facing dog move. The head hangs, the hips are lifted, and practice drawing your chest through this space so you'll feel that into your shoulders. Again, if it's too strong, do let the knees soften or drop to the floor. And just practice lifting the core muscles, lifting the hips upwards. You can walk the feet forwards very slightly if that feels okay for you, so the spine becomes more vertical. And here, just breathe. Until eventually, well done, you can feel that in your shoulders, I'm sure, so we'll let them release now through a downward facing dog. We'll walk feet and hands towards each other. Just let yourself hang here, taking a breath a little bit deeper into your forward bend. Take a twist, so just open the right side chest as you lift and follow that hand up with your eyes. As you exhale, good. Drop it down. Exactly the same to your left side. Down we come. Let's take hold of each elbow with the hands and just draw the elbows down towards the floor again to get some length across the shoulders. We'll bend the knees when you're ready and slowly, slowly uncurl. Have a stretch up. And let the arms go. We're going to work our way down to the floor, a little challenge on the way down. If you have your feet hip distance apart, draw the shoulders down and away where we were to the start, Tadasana. So you draw down through the hands, lift the crown of the head. But this time we're just going to lift onto the heels and maybe take a stretch up. So practice being vertical, and as you exhale, bring hands to heart and just drop part way. We're going to hold. So we're not leaning forwards, we're straight up in the vertical on the toes. Do that again. Inhale on the lift. Exhale. So this time we're going to come as far down as you can. So as you exhale, just hold some strength, coming down towards the floor. Take a breath. Drop onto the bottom if you need to, otherwise just push these hands together. Gaze ahead. Just challenge yourself to be still and breathe. And then when you're ready, you can drop onto the hips, back down to the floor. Well done. Okay, so we're finishing off now. A few deep stretches. If you want to take hold of your strap, just pop it around the ends of your feet there. And we're now in a Dandasana, which is a classic L shape. Forms the basis of a lot of yoga poses. And to hold your L shape, you want your core nice and strong, spine tall, shoulders soft. And we're just going to take hold of these straps. So you become vertical. Push the heels away, draw the toes up to you. And if you feel you can hold on to that pose without the strap, let's just take it down to the floor, bring hands to heart, and then lift. And these shoulders want to slide down, so the shoulder blades slide down the back. Crown of head lifts, ribs lengthen. I'm just going to take a breath as we lift it in. Exhale, just let it soften slightly. Again, just challenge yourself to be still. These core muscles lock in here so you can't sort of move into your spine. It's tall and strong. As you exhale, we're going to bring the hands down, but the spine stays tall, so your core muscles locked. And we're going to move from here, from base of the spine. So roll them into a forward bend. Try not to let your forward bend initiate from the head. So you can see what happens to my back if I move my head forwards. Not a lot really, it's just sort of lengthening from my neck, which is not what we're after for the purposes of this forward bend. So lift tall and hinge forward from the hips. You can let the elbows drop out, but keep your spine tall, forwards and away rather than down. Keep your gaze forwards, and you can hold on to the feet if that feels okay, but try not to sink too much into your spine. So we're just gazing forwards. On each exhalation, get a little bit deeper, and then just let your head and neck go finally as you draw into your forward bend. And lift it back up. Let your shoulders go. We've done a lot on shoulders. Last little bit on shoulders. Just see how they feel in a reversed plank. Okay, so you're going to place, knees are soft, heels to floor. You're going to place your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Open the collarbones, lift the ribs, lift the sternum, and come up to this in, same with a lot of yoga poses, just come up in sections if you like. See what you can cope with, see how you breathe. If you feel alright here, you can just lift the base of the spine, the hips off the floor, and just tip off. Breathe in, lift the chest a little bit more. And we'll perhaps just try lengthening these legs out. Hips lift, collarbones open, head wherever feels comfortable for you. But the main point is that the collarbones are open, you're drawing the shoulder blades down, lifting the chest. Take a breath there. As you breathe in, let's just take one more lift. Lift the chest, lengthen the base of spine, then we can draw it all the way down to the floor. Bring the knees to chest. And relax down. So the arms are now in a T shape. Supported twist as the knees drop one way and head goes the other. Inhale, lift the knees to center. The exhalation draws the knees to the other side of the body. Again, nice, easy twist. Coming back through to center when you're ready. So we'll do the same. We'll drop the knees to the right side. At this point, both shoulders connected to the floor. You're gazing out through the opposite arm. And then with this opposite arm, just lift it up and curl over. So you're in a fetal type position. Lengthen this upper hand away and then draw a big circle above your head. Plant the shoulder blades on the floor. Keep the legs where they are. Take a breath. Open the chest. A little bit deeper into your twist there. As you inhale, lift the knees to center. Exhale, drop them the other way. So at this point again, we're just gazing down your extended arm to the opposite side of your legs. As you exhale, draw it across your body line, slide it across. Get some length across the shoulders. Breathe in, lift it up. Dropping the shoulder blade down to the floor. You can then just lift these knees back through to center. Have a little curl, bring the knees and nose towards each other. Next inhalation, stretch out to all four corners of your mat. Draw the shoulder blades down. Tuck the chin to chest so you're long in the back of the neck. Bring the hands down by the side of the body. Palms rotated towards the ceiling. And lengthen your breath rate. So you feel the rise and fall of the ribs. Let your body get a little bit heavier with each out breath. And And while you're in your Savasana, while you're lying flat into the floor, just take a little virtual tour around your body from your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips. Let the legs get heavy on your out breath. From fingertips to elbows to shoulders, let the arms get heavier on your out breath. Noting the rise and fall of the ribs. Shoulders soft. Facial muscles relaxed. When you're ready to move, if you'd like to just draw your knees into chest and slowly push yourself up into a seated position. Just move the head and neck a little bit, move the shoulders, do whatever feels good. Many thanks for joining me today, and have a lovely Easter. Thank you, and stay safe.